Go live. Why? Okay. What's up? That lighting is horrible. Horrible. That lighting is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Nope, that's not gonna. Okay. I still remember how to do it. Can you guys believe it? Hello. Good evening. How you doing? I am back. It is episode 1, season 6. Season 6, guys. How you guys doing? I hope all is well. I hope you've had a fun-filled summer. A bottle of water could be 50 cents at the supermarket, 2 at the gym, 3 at the movie, 6 at the on the plane. The only thing that's changed is the value of the place. The next time you're feeling like your worth is nothing, maybe you're in the wrong place. Huh. I like it. I like it. So I'm so glad to be here. I'm so excited that I'm back. I had a really good summer, and it. I've done a very good job of updating you guys throughout the source simply because um a lot of my pages are connected together, so it's easy for me to do. It's not difficult at all, and I wanted to make sure that I got an opportunity to do this today because tomorrow I'm going to be recording for the Central Florida Notary website. So, I'm not going to have the opportunity to be able to do it. For those of you who are coming in, I might not be able to see your Facebook name if you're checking me out on Facebook. So if you can, I think it should be in the notes though. I don't know if I put it there, but give me 1 second. For me to do, it's not difficult at all. No, I didn't. But go to StreamYard.com and allow your Facebook pages or your messages to show, and then I can see who you are. If not, it'll be a fun opportunity for me to kind of try to figure that out. But today is September 17th, 2022. I would be remiss if I did not say happy birthday to my niece, who is 24 today, and then my best friend, Sam. So happy birthday to you guys. Hey, Linda. Happy birthday to you guys. It is your special day. Half of the day is over. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're having fun. And you guys are birthday twins. You guys have celebrated, excuse me, many birthdays together. By the way, by the way, this isn't going to be a long recording because I do. My best friend Sam is up here, and he had to stop by his house, and because he has house up here, so we're going to be meeting up a little bit later. And I didn't want a long drawn out first episode, so you guys will get jam packed episodes as we go. I don't even know what the theme of this season is going to be. I'm just really excited. Hey, Latanya, how are you? Linda and Latanya are from the Central Florida Notary meetup that we did in June, and they have been killing it, doing their thing in the circuit. Hi, not by. They've been killing it in the notary circuit. Shout out to those guys. This is horrible. The lighting is. I look so dark in the face. I can't put my ring light on. Oh, yes, I can. What am I thinking? Give me 1 second, guys. Look at me. Do better, Ridge. Do better. Do better, Ridge. There we go. All right, 1 second. Give me a second. That is better. That is better. So, yeah, what's been going on? I hope you guys, this summer has been going great. Mine has been going amazingly. The beginning of the summer, I was a loan signing agent and at the end of the summer, and currently I am a wedding officiant. And that was something that was always a part of being a notary here in Florida because you can solemnize marriages. For those of you who may not know, you can solemnize marriages. And it was something that was on my website before, but I kind of did a complete revamp. And I put myself in positions like, for example, through Thumbtack, which is a website that a lot of us use to be able um, to use to get a lot of leads. And that has been very successful. I started weddings in July, or I started advertising for weddings in July. And then after advertising, I started to get booked. And my very first wedding was in the month of August as well, August 1st. And since then, it is now September 17th, and I've done 6 ceremonies so far. So, and I have booked 19 weddings or ceremonies, if you will, because not all of them are weddings. Well, for the most part, all of them are weddings going forward. But I had a couple speckled in there that were renewals. So 3 that were renewals and the other 16. So still booking. Sometimes, you have to be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. And when you get it, you better be ready. And, I went through some ups and downs in terms of figuring out if this is not if this is something I want to do, because I did, but can I handle it? And, going through imposter syndrome and all this other stuff to really kind of focus on what what I wanted. And, with the team, that I have, my husband and, my household here. And then a lot of the friends that are in the Central Florida Notary Facebook and YouTube, they've been very helpful with making sure, giving me words of encouragement. Big shout out to a few people so far. Linda and Latanya, obviously. Courtney Baldwin, Ayana Lugo from the Crafty Notary, Burjo, Fully Love from B. Elise, Notary, J. Con, Christopher J. Con, Tiffany Miles, a lot of the same people that I was naming earlier today, but I think I did it on Central Florida Notary. Who else? Siobhan Richardson, Susan Galindo, Sashi, which I hadn't seen Sashi in a while. I hope she's doing okay. We got a message on Ayana's page that she, had some down being sick and all that other stuff. So hopefully she's doing absolutely well. There's a gang of other folks who've been consistent. Erica, shout out to Erica, one of my coworkers / trainee. Anthony, shout out to you. Darlene, shout out to you as well. All of you guys need to book a class coming up here pretty soon. Those are my 3 trainees that I've had in the last few months. I've also taken that on, and I'm not, I am not like trying to be super expensive. It's fairly decent. If you guys want to either a coaching session or a brainstorming session or something along those lines to really get an idea of to really get an idea of just kind of brainstorming, that's something I can do too. You can catch me up or hit me up on the Eternal Union site or either the Central Florida Notary if you're in there. It's not something I completely advertise, but it's something that I do in my downtime from time to time. So I haven't really been in the podcast community in the last few weeks because I wanted to take a clean break away from that, not because of anything negative, but more or less because I wanted to put my focus into my business. So what I'm going to have to probably end up learning is going through the process of juggling pretty much all of them. And social media has become a job, man, posting on, y'all know I've been killing it with I guess it's relative, but I've been doing my thing with. Sorry if you guys can hear that. My apologies. I've been doing my thing, trying, being a little engine that could over here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to juggle what I got going on, and it could be very difficult. It could be very difficult, exhausting. You have to remember to post. You got to remember to, get the right angles and all that other stuff. And shout out to Claudia Beth Vanessa, who is the best camera person. I'm gonna tell y'all this story to the chagrin of Carlos because he probably gonna be mad at me. But you know what? It's all in love. He loves me. I love him. He'll be mad for a second. What? Okay, he said I can't tell it, but I'm telling anyway. For those of you who are still here, can I tell it for real though? Okay, he don't want me to tell it, but anyway, he has been downgraded to just photographer. He was videographer, but I had to, do a little shifting after the the Thursday vow renewal that I had. That I think turned out absolutely amazing. It was great. That was a great experience, man. It was a little hillbilly-ish, but you know what? You meet love wherever love takes you. And she was a very sweet girl. I got her, long story short, lead at like 10 o'clock at night one day about a week and a half ago. And I called and she was like, "Oh, hi." And I was like, "Yeah, this is what I do." And she was like, "All right, I'll book with you." And within before the end of that call, she had already paid the deposit, and we move forward. So I go wherever the people need me to go, however far, because I was in Bradenton Tuesday, and that was cool. And then after Bradenton, we came on back to Orlando, and then we had DeLand. We had to go on over there to DeLand, and we went over there and married some folks, and it was quite the thing. And I will tell you this, y'all can joke around by their ceremony if you got a chance to look at the pictures, but I will tell you, there have been some ceremonies that I've had since I've been doing this. I know I only got like 8 under my belt, but that might not have been the greatest. That wasn't set up the same way. But you got to do what you got to do, because you know what? That day, the business that I have parlayed myself into is allotment next Friday. Congratulations. I know you've been doing your thing with the weddings for a while. So this is something Johnny come lately for me. So how's that been going for you, Latoya? Latanya, not Latoya. I don't know who Latoya is, but tell Latoya I say hey. But Latanya, how's that going for you? I hope it's going absolutely well for you. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a whirlwind. Loan signings have basically gone down to a minimum for 2 reasons. Number one, simply because I don't really have the time now that I'm doing the weddings, focusing on the wedding. And number two, because the amount that they're paying is not up to par per se. And that'll be the only time you'll hear me reference money. A lot of times I'll do some stuff. I'll do things and money really isn't the situation, or I don't focus too much on that. But at the end of the day, I don't want to do things for pennies on the dollar. And sometimes these cities are really far. Ocala, which is about, an hour and a half away from me. I don't want to go through having to drive over there. That's gas alone. So some of the prices sometimes that they have aren't the greatest, but that's the market that we're in right now. So, a night auditor. So when you guys are catching gigs, I'm sleeping. Oh, gotcha. I didn't know that. Okay. Go ahead, night auditor. You better night audit. Yeah. So, yeah, Latanya and Linda, I would love to get y'all on the show one of these days. And, we can sit down and just kind of chop it up with, some of the things that we do full time and how do we get into, the notary stuff. I think that would be absolutely cool. So, that'd be something to consider at some point, because I really don't, like I said, I ain't got no theme. All I want to do this season is I want to hit 100 episodes. Right now I'm at 78. Let's make it 79. I'm at 79 episodes, and I got to do another 22 episodes. So this season might be a little longer than the other. It might be 2 episodes longer. I don't think I'm going to end 6 until I get to 22 episodes. So I cannot stop this month or this year. I have to continue because I don't even have. We got September, October, November, December. So 12. I actually won't make it. This I might have to. I might have to put that next season. Yeah, well, no, I normally do. Well, last season I did 20 episodes, so I might go back to that. You can tell I hadn't really thought too much about it. I haven't been used to it, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been living life, and sometimes doing this podcast, life informs the stuff I talk about. So, at the end of the day, I do need to live, and I don't want to be, grasping for straws trying to figure out what I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely need to have something that I want to talk about. I do want to talk about this really quickly because I think it was completely shady, and the thing that I find it quite disgusting that he's getting. I think they said I read something from Ron DeSantis, and I what I'm starting to do, because I was listening to the Breakfast Club yesterday, and they had John Boyega on there, and what we have to learn to do is we got to understand that there's auditors out, not auditors. Sorry, I said that because of Latanya, but there's bots out there that end up planting stories that might not be as sensationalized as we think it is, simply because of whatever. And the way that news is made up now is it's clickbait, and we can't fall victim into that stuff. But I think this is worth speaking about for 2 reasons. Number one, my husband's Venezuelan. The people that were affected were Venezuelan. Number two, and it's just wrong. So the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, decided that he wanted to send 50 people to Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts under the pretense of a lie to Massachusetts, and have them basically just a whole plane of migrants to go over to Martha's Vineyard and basically make them their problem. But what he did was he made a lot of their appointments on Monday. So in other places that these guys are nowhere near. So long story short, now they have appointments with immigration that they can't get to. It was all under false pretense, false paperwork, and they're going to yeah, me too. They're going to prosecute those guys involved. They need to, and they need to prosecute his ass too. But I was reading today that he's set to be one of the highest. Like he's getting a lot more donations because he's like Trump's protege or whatever. But we can't have that. That's why it's important for us to go out here and vote. Don't think that it's somebody else's problem. It's not yours. It is. We're all connected and affected. And I think in the recent years, we've learned that. And we need to make sure that we do what we can, even to vote in the local elections. We need to research and find out what we need to research to make sure that, that we get the right people who care about the values that we put them in there for. And even that sometimes, is not the best thing, because they a lot of times go where the money go, and that's not cool. That's not cool. So, but yeah, I agree with you, Latanya. I think it should be that should be the case, because it's ridiculous. Those people didn't deserve that. It wasn't necessary. I don't know why that happened, and I just am sickened. But Florida's always been on some fuck shit anyway. We've always been on the opposite side of what right is sometimes. That's why we have the whole Florida man out there, and it's just unfortunate. But I mean, I'm not going to get solely too deep, but my recommendation for you guys is actually go out and read the information. Go on YouTube, look at it, because it's important that we know some of the topics that we're facing, and that's not cool. My husband was an immigrant. He came over to get a better life, and I just think of him being in that position and going there and not having the wherewithal to figure out what he gonna do. It's just crazy. Yeah, I heard that too. Greg Abbott did the same thing. It's just sickening. Like, I don't understand. And it seemed like when I read it, and Amanda Seals does this very good things where she, dissects headlines. And a lot of these news stories are becoming opinion pieces. They're not pieces that are represented. They're not unbiased. They are completely biased, and they're being perpetuated as news, and that's not the case. So I don't watch CNN. I don't watch any of those other news shows. When I get my news, it's usually on Yahoo, and I ain't even saying that that's a pretty genuine and great place to get your news. But I mean, you got to know what's going on in the world. You can't be living under a rock and not know. Like, for example, Stacey Dash, not knowing that damn DMX had been dead a year. My husband knows who DMX is, but like, how can you not know that legend is dead? Like, that makes no sense. What's going on, Bruce? How are you, sir? We all as well. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the likes. But we need to stop living in these bubbles and start understanding that we're all connected a lot more than what we think we are, and stop thinking, bless her dumb heart. Yeah. Stop thinking that we're just, in a vacuum and things only happen when we're looking. That's not the case. So what else has been going on? So, like I said, book 19 weddings so far. I've done 8 ceremonies so far. Still learning, starting to get more comfortable, getting clothes that fit. I'm slimming down a little bit. Your boy's walking 2.5 to 3 miles a day. I'm just doing whatever I can to ensure that I, longevity, as well as making sure that I look good in these clothes that I'm getting. Cause I just I definitely want to slim down. I've gained a little too much weight. I don't want to make sure that I slim on down. So I'm going to be working on that. I've been walking for about a good month now, maybe a little bit more than that. And things have been going well. I didn't want to walk this morning, but I got up and I did. True that, girlfriend. I walked yesterday morning too. Love. Well, he must be downstairs or in the bathroom. I'm not sure. This office, my bathroom is right back there. Oh, it's starting to show. Oh, look at Linda, you trying to get on my good side, girl. You trying to get on my good side. Quit playing. You just did it because I said it. I'm happy to be back. I want this episode to be sort of like a teaser, so you guys can be like, oh my God, I want to listen and see what he has going on. But we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to have a lot of discussions. A lot of stuff is going to start to weave into the notary business and the notary side of stuff, because that's going really well. So I will continue to post that other stuff, but I am not going to be doing live shows. It is going to be recorded. And there may be a live show speckled in between the season. So if you guys haven't, please go out and find Reggie's Expressions. That's spelled REGGEE 'S Expressions on all social media platforms. You'll find me there. You'll find a link in Instagram, actually on all my social media platforms, to my link tree, which will give you guys an opportunity to be able to see where I'm located at and actually go and watch the show. I typically record the show the night before, and then I go into it's actually the audio element the very next day. So that is how this season is going to plan. We got 15 episodes before the end of the year, because I have this week. No, I only have 2 weeks in this month, and then 14. So 14 episodes for the rest of this year. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take a break during Christmas and Thanksgiving. Since I'm doing it on a Saturday and it's going to be every Saturday, more than likely I'm going to have the time to be able to um, I'm going to be able to have the time to be able to do it. So Linda said, I noticed it last night before you mentioned your facing was starting to slim down. Yep. I mean, I'm trying to hit it hard. I'm gonna have to eventually start getting into the gym if I do want to continue to do more. So I do want to continue to do more and lose more. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna have to pull out the whole daggone what is it? Planet Fitness. I have a membership that I hadn't used since the pandemic, and I need to get on it. So that's all I got, guys. Love. He's downstairs, probably because he's hungry. I hope you guys have a good time. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me and checking in with me. It has been great. It has been fun. I've done some living, and I'm excited to tell you guys all about what's going on. And I just want to tell everybody thank you so much for the opportunity to. I'm seeing it freeze a lot on my Facebook. I wonder why. I have to go back and look at that. So you guys have a good rest of your night. You know where to find me, REGGEE Expressions on YouTube. And you can find me at Reggie's Expressions on Facebook and Instagram as well, REGGEE S_expressions. I think. I can't remember. I'll put it in the show notes. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your night. Bye. Talk to you next week.